Hello, this is April with Craft Knife Chronicles, and I'm here to share my project, Reflections of Christmas. The inspiration for this project was the Funky Junkies 12 Tags of Christmas Challenge. In that challenge, Linda Coughlin created a tag each week and used a different technique or had a different idea, and the challenge was to be inspired by her work to create a project of your own. You had to do something to go along with each of the 12 tags that she did. And what I decided to do was to make artist trading cards. Now these artist trading cards, or ATCs, are quite a bit smaller than the tags that Linda used for her creations, so it was a little challenging for me to keep things on point and to find things in the appropriate scale each week. But it was a fun challenge and I really enjoyed it. Now, to showcase the little ATCs, since they're so small, each of the little cards are about 2.5 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall, I decided to make frames for each one. And those are the little house-like things that you see going along the table. Now, each of those frames is about 1/2 inch thick and about a little over 7 inches tall and 3.5 inches wide. So they give some nice dimension to each of the cards. And on the bottom is what I'm calling the reflection. It's a word that just speaks to me about the season, either an affirmation or a feeling or just something evocative of the holiday time. Also, at the top of each frame is a metal band that has a saying that's familiar to us about the holidays. Those are from Tim Holtz word bands, and I've attached one of those to each one of the frames. So throughout the project I used Bo Bunny Woodland Winter paper. I really enjoy Bo Bunny's winter collections. They always have a kind of a blue turquoisey feel to them, which really went well with this limited color palette of mainly teal and browns that I wanted to use. I did add in a few little highlights of red and green along the way, but mostly I kept to the teal and gold and brown idea. So I've made posts on my blog as I went along for each of the artist trading cards, saying what my inspiration from Linda's work was and the various elements that I used to create each of the cards. So let's move in now for a closer look at the cards and the frames. So I moved in now so we can have a closer look at each one of the frames and the artist trading cards. And I think you can see the reflection word at the bottom very clearly now. And on each of the frames I've also at the bottom added a die cut. They're mostly the little mini movers and shapers Tim Holtz dies that have something to do with the holiday season. I tried to find ones that would coordinate with the theme that I was using for each one of the cards, or that went along with the inspiration or the reflection, or in some way tied into what I was trying to accomplish each day. And then it's a little bit hard to read here the word bands, but they start with "It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas" on that first one, and just different sayings that we're all familiar with, as I was saying before. I used some different techniques as I went along, cutting out different things from different paper lines, or doing some stamping. Let's see, I'll move along here a little bit and we'll look at a few of these other ones. I did a little fussy cutting, you can see here on the one with the red saying, and there's a fussy cut reindeer that is on that trading card. And then it was fun to get some of my older stamps out. I had this Nutcracker stamp, and I just cut out several of the Nutcrackers and colored them and layered them to make that image on the one you see there with the soldier on the front. And then the last one on the right with the joy, that's one of the Tim Holtz snowflakes. They're accordion pleated little snowflakes of several sizes that he has dies to make. Now you can see there's some white space to the right there. Actually, the project gets to be kind of big, as you can tell, and so what I have is it made in two sections so that it will be easier to store and to handle. Also, I just see if I can reach in here quickly and show you the backs, just to show you that there's something so that you can see that on both sides it has something interesting going on. So if I display it where the backs can be seen, it will have a finished nice look. And those are all some of the cut aparts from the Bo Bunny Woodland Winter Paper Collection. So that is the first 6. And now I'll bring up the second 6 and for a closer look at those. So here we are with the second set, and again some different things going on here, different little embellishments that I found in my stash. A couple of times I was able to use some of the little goodies that Linda Coughlin includes when you make a purchase from the Funky Junky boutique. That lacy ribbon you see in the candy cane frame is one of the goodies. And moving along here, might be a little bit hard to see here, but the one with the skates, there's some little see if I can get the pointer here and show you. Right here there's some of Tim Holtz little skate embellishments that are hanging there. They were a lot of fun. I was glad to include them on my card. And I especially liked Linda's tag for the 12th day, the one on the right with the hope. She had a window with a wreath in it, and I was fortunate enough to have a die for a window so that I could be inspired and have something more similar to what she did, which I really loved, with the little poinsettias in the window box. I hope you've enjoyed looking at my project. It was a lot of fun to make and be inspired by Linda Coughlin's creations, and to reflect on all the meanings of Christmas and the holidays. If you're interested in how I made the frames for each of the artist trading cards, I do have a separate video on the construction of those frames. Thanks again for watching. I wish all of you a very happy holiday season. Bye for now.